Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, while most political attention is focused on the shredding and rebuilding of the Conservative cabinet, the Labour Party is mired in the middle of a struggle that could make or break its future. Our political correspondent, Michael Crick, joins us now from Westminster. Michael.
Yes, well, John, the two contenders, the two challengers to Jeremy Corbyn, Owen Smith and Angela Eagle, are very much vying with each other right now to try and become the single contender. Meanwhile, Mr Corbyn himself has suffered a bit of a setback today with a Labour Party donor, Michael Foster, who was a candidate at the last election, successfully applying to the High Court today to have a hearing to try and overturn the big decision by Labour Party's National Executive earlier this week, saying that Mr Corbyn didn't need 51 MPs or European MPs to nominate him to appear on the ballot paper. A judge decided late this afternoon that the full hearing of Mr Foster's case will take place the week after next. And if Mr Foster wins that hearing and Mr Corbyn loses, Mr Corbyn could be in a lot of trouble, because frankly, he'll have a lot of difficulty getting 51 MPs to nominate him. Jeremy Corbyn's chances of surviving as leader may depend on whether his critics remain divided between two challengers, or whether MPs can come together behind one nominee.
Well, I think we need a process to agree by the end of Monday a strong unity candidate who can set out a strong team that is able to take the Tories on. That's what Jeremy has been unable to do. I hope we don't see an artificial battle between two candidates who would both be very good and can instead have a process to agree, a unity candidate that really I think the whole party can then come behind.
But the complaints about violence and intimidation within the party continue. Several women at Labour's National Executive on Tuesday spoke of threats against them. This Labour MP, whose neighbour Jo Cox was killed, plans to write to Mr Corbyn this weekend, telling him to do more to stop intimidation.
We're living in a climate of fear where people are frightened to go to work, frightened to hold advice surgeries, frightened even to go home or leave their homes because of the threat of violence or intimidation. So I want to know exactly, as the leader of our party, what is Jeremy going to do about it? It's not good enough just to say, I condemn it.
Meanwhile, in Brighton, Labour's biggest affiliated union, Unite, voted today to support a tougher reselection process for all Labour MPs. That could lead to several of them being sacked by their local parties. Well, there's been a lot of confusion over who's going to actually be allowed to vote in this leadership election. Today, a committee of the Labour Party confirmed that the 100,000 or more people who've joined the party since January the 12th will not be allowed to vote in this leadership election unless they register as registered supporters. And the committee agreed there'll be a small window for anybody to do that. It'll be between Monday next week and 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and it'll cost £25.
Michael Crick in Westminster.
I've been getting